Dale, you've had a great week, $126,000 in the bank. People say that you're probably the only man that can take Bill Elliott today. Can you do that?
Well, we hope we can. Our car is running real good, and it's been running good all week. We're confident that we've got a good car for today.
Okay, cool and calm, and still on pit road, our colleague Mike Joy.
I'm one row ahead of you, Chris, with the outside pole sitter, Jeff Bodine. You followed Earnhardt across the line in Thursday's qualifying race. What did you learn there that'll help you prepare for today?
Well, we learned the cars, the Chevrolets with the fastback mic are tighter than they were last year. We always complained loose to our pit crews. The back end wanted to spit around. Now the front ends wanted to go straight. It's a good feeling. We think we've got it worked out. Gary Nelson and I have worked all week to get the car neutral. We think that's what we got. I'd like to say hi to my two boys, Matthew and Barry. Love you.
Will it be tough to keep the car on the bottom of the racetrack in the turns, because that will win the race today?
Well, that's what we've been working for, Mark. We hope we've got the combination to do that, to run low. That's the main game plan for today, to run on the low side of this racetrack.
Like Earnhardt can, he's looking for his first Daytona 500 victory.
Rolling start, 90 miles per hour.
Bill Elliott pulled right over there to take a high line right from the start.
He had quick acceleration on that car.
He did. He jumped, he made a good start and pulled right up that high line. Didn't try and stay down low at all.
Going to the tall gears for this race, 500 miles. Long way to go. For one of them, a short time to get to.
Dale Earnhardt's moved up into third spot there. He's his way past Darrell Waltrip.
Allison is in fourth, Terry Labonte fifth, Darrell Waltrip sixth, Kyle Petty seventh, Rusty Wallace eighth, Marlon ninth. Marcus is in 10th. On the inside comes Bodine. He's into the lead, and here comes Earnhardt down to the bottom side. You're watching from inside Bodine's car. Has it better than 200 down to the bottom of the racetrack. Dale Earnhardt presses, comes up underneath, and makes a move on Elliott.
Look at that hood on Dale Earnhardt's car. Look at the way it's flapping with the air coming off Bodine's car.
A lot of wind pressure there.
Tremendous.
Bill Elliott's running fourth. Here comes Earnhardt, shooting up the inside the slingshot. That's just how fast they go through there.
Also able to stay very low. And there goes Bobby Allison with Dale Earnhardt. Allison now in second spot in the Buick.
Field coming around to complete 21 laps this time as Earnhardt bears down, tries to draw away from Bobby Allison in the second spot. We are watching the leader coming on pit road.
A little early for a regular pit stop, but there's...
Car number 2, Kirk Bryant, has spun. He's tagged the wall. Yellow is out around the racetrack as car number 3, the leader, came in. And the early leader, the man that had just passed Earnhardt, Bobby Allison, he lost an engine. He has retired to the garage area. Bobby Allison trying to get back into this racing program with a brand new team, the Stavola brothers.
Bobby, did it blow up on you?
Yeah, it blew up.
You had such a great run out here Thursday. I know you had high hopes today to win another Daytona 500, but from the few laps you're able to run, who's got the car to beat?
Well, I haven't looked back in the pack any, you know, and I was real worried about some of them sandbagging during the week, so there may be somebody back there looking pretty good. But on the other hand, Earnhardt looks awful good out front.
As they settle down for the first restart in our live coverage of the 28th Annual Great American Race.
I'm sure there was a lot of changes made to some of these chassis setups in the cars during that block of pit stops. Obviously, Bill Elliott will have tried to cure his problem, as will, in fact, Terry Labonte, who is now lying in second spot, but he was being left by the two leaders.
There's Bodine looking things over. See Sterling Marlin trying to get his lap back, and there goes Bonnet making it 3 wide in the back straightaway. 3 wide up in front. Bodine goes down to the bottom side. He pulls up and goes by Bonnet, and he goes for the lead. All the way up on the wall, you see Dale Earnhardt. Bodine goes into second place as they come around through turn 3 and 4. Leaders, they're doing the tighten up. Whoa, smoke coming out.
Dale Earnhardt's
Earnhardt showed a little smoke down there in turn number 1.
Could have been tire
smoke, wasn't it? Good.
He might have gotten a little loose there, and Earnhardt is capable of doing that. He'll get her sideways every once in a while.
I've heard about smoking your tires, but that's really pushing it to extremes.
Bodine in front. Bonnet closing. Earnhardt observing in third spot.
He can probably get a car as far out of shape and bring it back in as any driver out there.
Did it right there.
He sure did.
That was a tremendous amount of smoke coming off that right rear tire. It won't stand too much more of that treatment. I mean, that's one way to make your tires give up really quickly.
Top 3. Bodine, Bonnet, and Earnhardt. The third place runner, Dale Earnhardt, here in the 59th lap, has just pitted.
This is a little earlier than we thought he should be coming in, although he's gone about 90 miles since his last pit stop, taking on right side tires, cleaning the grill, filling it up with gas, and away. Good pit stop.
13 and 9/10 seconds.
Let's see if he stays in the lead lap. Here comes Neil Bonnet off of turn 4, so Earnhardt, he's going to have to hurry to get his speed up, or he'll go a lap down.
Earnhardt down into turn number 1.
And they didn't change his car at all. That tire smoke, they changed the right side tires, which are the ones that were taking the beating.
It's not handling as well as he expected.
Oh, there he is up on the wall now. Definitely not handling as well as
Richard
expected.
Petty has snarled the wall. You can hear that car striving to stay alive.
And the caution
is out for Petty. Green flag is out. And from the Goodyear blimp, you see the restart. Dropping back is Bonnet. Bonnet drops all the way off the pace. You can see him slowing down from that blimp shot.
Boy, Earnhardt
got hit.
run over him.
By crikey, Dale Earnhardt did a sterling job there.
He really did. Something, the car just wouldn't go when he restarted.
It still was.
And Dale Earnhardt wouldn't have seen him. Look at the black rubber that Dale Earnhardt left down here and drive with his brakes absolutely locked on. Boy,
Waltrip a lap down, trying to stay in the lead lap. Bodine trying to put him a lap down. Bodine does it.
I'll say that the gearing has come out of Bonnet's car. Something in the drivetrain let go on him because he has no power at all now.
What went wrong, Neil?
I shifted into third gear and the shifter broke off. I haven't got anything but first and second gear. We got to get third and fourth working.
Okay, there you hear it right from the driver, and that's going to take a while.
There's Earnhardt in the number 3 car. Earnhardt reported back in 12th position on that start, cutting through traffic and trying to move up.
I make him about 13th at the moment, but he's in that lead group. Turn 2.
Here's Kyle Petty down on the inside. He's one of the cars, car number 7.
Well, somebody just ran at the back of Pancho Carter, number 64, was involved in that.
Not a good day for the Pettys at all. And here's another car. In this instant, third caution of the day.
That's Pancho Carter.
That's Carter.
They raced back to the flag, but Jeff Bodine ducked down on pit road, as we saw Earnhardt do a little bit earlier as the caution was coming out.
There's Bodine on pit road. Pancho Carter's car, badly destroyed, lies off turn number 2.
Okay, here's Kyle going into the smoke.
Hits the brakes.
Another car going on the outside of him, and then a car going up and hitting the car on the outside. Kyle tags that car. He had gotten through the smoke.
That was Carter.
That was Pancho Carter.
Carter that hit the car in front of him, and then they were slowing and trying to get out of trouble there. We have 87 laps complete, 88 when they combine this time. Bodine leading, Earnhardt second, Ellis third, Lake Speed fourth, Kelly Yarborough fifth, Rusty Wallace sixth, A.J. Foyt seventh, Elliott back in eighth, Bouchard ninth, Hillen 10th, Kenny Parsons 11th as they take green and resume the Daytona 500. Here's another car coming in trouble, and that's Schrader. That's one of the Fords. That's the Junie Donlevy team. That's the first time I've ever seen a Donlevy car that wasn't blue and white.
Yes, it is.
There you see Bodine closing in. Earnhardt stays second. Now Earnhardt's going to go for the lead. Down on the inside. Earnhardt scoots under. Tommy Ellis. The Friedlander car falling to second place. Bodine stays there in third. Rick Wilson made up his lap, but A.J. has not been able to.
Bodine slipping underneath Tommy Ellis there now. But he slipped too. That was pretty close. Dale Earnhardt's run very, very strongly here all week. 3 wins so far, and as we heard on the grid, $126,000 in his back pocket so far. Looking for the big win, though, this afternoon.
Slow race, the average speed 140 miles an hour. The speeds have been tempered by the cautions. We've had 6 caution periods. Here comes Bodine to play with his old pal. We'll check a lap speed this time around on Dale Earnhardt and Jeff Bodine trying to draw away from the field. Tommy Ellis in third.
These 2 cars, Ken, have shown more speed after Neil Bonnet had his problem than any other cars, and this is the first time we've seen them hooked up in a while. It'll be interesting to see if they can pull away from the rest of the field, and it looks like they're going to be able to do so. There's trouble, lots of trouble up in turn 3.
Joe Ruttman, there's cars crashing each other all over.
Harry Kent almost went up.
Kelly Yarborough's in it. Did Elliott get through or not? I think Elliott's been tagged. I thought I saw Bill Elliott. There's the Harry Gant car. I think Elliott is just to the right of your screen. I thought I saw him slide to the grass, and I believe that may be him there. There's the Cale Yarborough car, and there's the end of Joe Rutland's car, badly smashed.
Bill Elliott's car is down there on the grass.
Boy, he really took a lick, Joe Rutland did. And then Harry Gant came along and ran up on the side, almost turned.
Ran over it.
Yes, almost turned the car over.
What set it up?
Looked like Bonnet lost it up there in turn 4, between turns 3 and 4, and then another car spun, and I had the wreck missed, and then Elliott came along and hit me. So just a chain reaction.
What's the race look like to you, Cale? Who's the guys we have to watch out there for winning this now?
Well, it looks like from here on out, if that 5 and 3 car stays in, then it's going to be hard to beat, especially the 5 car.
There's the first car breaking away. There you see the tremendous impact on Rutland's car. He was head-on into the wall, and it looked like it was Bonnet's car that started. There's Harry Gant leaping. Over there is Lake Speed spinning.
And that's Bill Elliott getting sideswiped there.
Headed for turn 1. Sterling Marlin's number 1. Some new names again cropping up on the roster here late in the race. And most of the Giants have all found it a difficult 500. There from the Goodyear blimp, you see those 2 leaders, and there goes Earnhardt getting up underneath the number 5 car of Bodine as they go into turn number 3. He's there.
Hanging on well, even though he's out of the draft. He's still hanging on pretty well as they go down that back straight.
There's the move. Down on the inside, Dale Earnhardt going into first place. You can see the smoke rolling out that right rear.
He's abusing his car a little bit, maybe not too much, but that's his style of driving.
For the lead in the 500. Down to the inside.
And he does it with ease, as is the case usually when they pick up the draft, and he just motors right on by Earnhardt.
So now it's Bodine first, Earnhardt second, Labonte third, Parsons in fourth. I wonder here if Earnhardt is not willing to just ride for a while.
Evidently, according to the report that he gave Chris Economac, that Richard Childers, who owns that car, said that they had to put the binders on him a little bit to slow him down. He moved out front. It looked like he did it with ease, but then when Jeff Bodine went back in front, it looked like he did it with ease. They're able to pull away from the rest of the field, although I think Terry Labonte and Benny Parsons are certainly holding their own at this point, maybe even closing in a little bit, but who knows whether either of them have anything left.
And these 2 men are the story of the hour. It is Jeff Bodine, originally from Chemung, New York, and Ralph Dale Earnhardt in number 3 from Kannapolis, North Carolina, with a tremendous crowd cheering this one on, watching these 2 continue their battle around the speedway.
There's Dale takes him coming out of turn 4. Pretty brave move as they come into the tri-oval. Oh.
And Bodine making a pit stop.
Right.
Green flag pit stop's coming up. Now he has a little over 100 miles to go, 41 laps, so it'd be interesting to see if he can go the rest of the way.
Here's Chris.
Bodine's coming in. The gas man here. That's a 90-pound can of gas that holds 11 gallons, and it takes about 6 and a fraction seconds to put it in. Bodine has been in for 8 seconds now. There's 1 can of gas. Remember, 93 pounds of fuel funneling in there. The little can is to catch the overflow. Right-side tires, and away he goes at 16.13 seconds for that beautiful stop, and it may well be his last stop of the race. Back to you, Ken.
Earnhardt first, now Labonte second. Ron Bouchard, who had been running 9th, he pitted. Here comes Earnhardt in for his pit stop. Yes or no? I would say yes. He's backed out of it enough. He's in. Bobby Hillen came in
and went on right on past. He had to come back in again, so that cost Bobby some extra time.
Hillen, of course, running right up here in the. Earnhardt slithering to a stop. Chris.
Get it in with all 4 wheels locked up, smoking off his left front tire. They're changing right side tires. He's getting a second tank of fuel. The sponsor's name has been ripped off. There's a lot of smoke here. He stalled the engine. They're waiting. This is a long stop here. There he goes. 18.52 seconds, and Earnhardt really looks like he's excited for this finish. Back to you, Ken.
Sure looked excited when he came down pit road. Terry Labonte is now your leader in number 44.
But that extra 3 or 4 seconds in the pits there, Ken, is going to put him behind Jeff Bodine. He's not going to have the advantage of the draft.
1 second, 300 feet on this racetrack. So we're down to it. 25 laps remain this afternoon to decide the Daytona 500. Richest stop in stock car racing here at the beach. And you can see Earnhardt just closing all the time.
You can win the Daytona 500, Ken, and you can have a season pretty well made because of the glory, the money, and all the prestige that goes along with it. If you don't do anything else the rest of the year, you're going to be remembered all year long for winning this big one.
A lap on Phil Parsons, brother of Benny Parsons.
Earnhardt's really got him in his sights now.
Just keeps moving in.
I believe Richard Childress did take the bridle off now.
Well, I'm sure that Jeff Bodine's driving as fast as he possibly can there, and if he's pulling him in like that, it doesn't say much of his chances when it comes down to a knockdown, drag-out, shootout for the flag.
Of course, Gary Nelson, the crew chief on Bodine's car, feels that Jeff will be able to run with him once he gets up there. And of course, if he picks up the draft, well, you know,
I wonder, Ned, if Earnhardt will be willing to go by him, or if he'll sit in his rear bumper.
Be interesting to see.
Just perch back there and wait for that last lap.
I believe he'll blow him off and then see if he can pull away. Since he's come up on him so rapidly, he say, hey, I might be able to pull away from him.
Yeah. I think if I was him, I'd certainly try that. And if it didn't work, you could always drop back behind him for a bit.
Lapping Kyle Petty. And closing. Let's see if he takes a shot to go by now. Coming up is car number 3. Down onto number 5. Closing in all the time. Earnhardt may take his shot right here going into turn number 3. Down to the inside, no. Locked straight on the rear bumper. Here he comes into that third turn. That's usually where they want to pass. Now Earnhardt goes to the outside. Earnhardt pulling up. Looking for a little advantage up there. The cushion of air off the wall. Does not use it. Snaps the wheel back down. Comes for the try-over. Coming across to complete 177 laps. Front of the grandstand, directly below us.
I believe he'll try down the backstretch. He'll follow him through turns 1 and 2, then try to pick up the draft and blast past him down the backstretch. Let's see if he does.
Boy, he's close through there, isn't he?
He's a master at drafting. He don't mind sticking that nose up under your back end.
Well, he loves to ride, as Ned says, right there, right up under your bumper. And on tracks of 1.5 miles, he's willing to put your bumper on the other bumper.
He pulled up on Jeff Bodine, and now he's just sitting there. Richard, what is he doing?
Well, they slowed down about a second, but we just want to try to get some good mileage right now out of the car.
Are you telling him what to do, or is he running his own race?
We told him to get up there and just draft and take it easy right now. He's just drafting.
Is this going to be a last lap scenario?
Well, we hope we can all go that far.
Okay, Richard Childress concerned about it. Let's go down across the road to Mike Joy and Jeff Bodine's pit.
Bodine is just 1 pit away from Childress and his crew. Gary Nelson, the race pace has slowed down by about a second a lap. Why?
Well, we definitely want to conserve our tires. We don't care too much about leading these laps along here, but we'd sure like to lead that last one. And Earnhardt, Dale doesn't want to pass us. He wants to run second and try and get us on the last lap. So we feel like we can cool our tires the best we can. Don't tell them, but maybe we can lull them into running a little slower pace, and we'll try everything we can to beat them on the last lap.
Well, they've got the stopwatches too, of course. What about fuel mileage? Can you go the way without a problem?
The fuel is going to be close. We feel we can make it. We're not, you know, we're going to gamble on that. If a caution came out, we'd put in a few gallons, but we really got some tires that we'd rather have on the car. I think the stretch along green has caused our left side tires to wear down, and we haven't had a chance to change them. So if only we could get these 4 on, I think we'd be the strongest car out there. But
will you try to slow him down even more?
Well, there's no way Dale's going to pass us. We could stop practically. He'd probably follow us into the pits, but we are slowing the pace down. We're trying to lull him, and obviously he's pretty smart. He knows what we're doing.
They've all raced in and seen a lot of races here, all decided on the last lap, but it's evident this will be another.
May not be the fastest car, maybe one of the best strategy here, now saving those tires.
Could very well be. Of course, at the same time, Earnhardt's saving his too, so.
Well, I think that if I was Jeff Bodine, I'd really be worrying at this stage about fuel. They've got to be awfully, awfully close on fuel to try and do 41 laps.
8 laps remaining. Earnhardt won the Clash last Sunday here on CBS, won the 125-mile qualifier, won that race yesterday, that 300-miler. He's on a roll. As you mentioned earlier, the gamblers will tell you, if they strike 3 times, that's the time to double up on that man for a 4th roll in a row. Let's see if Earnhardt's going to pull it off. Mike Joy has a report.
We're standing right between the crews of the winning, or of the leading cars, rather. It's not over until it's over. Earnhardt and Bodine each got out their ledger this morning, and they each, in thoughts with their crews, said, there's a guy I owe one. You talked about yesterday and the race last March, the sportsman race at Rockingham, North Carolina, where Earnhardt with his bumper stole that win for Bodine on the last lap. Each driver privately feels he's got a score to settle. What better place to do it than in the $1.5 million Daytona 500?
Down they're coming. This time by. 6 laps to go and they reach the line.
Ken, let's reconfirm the situation. We just got it from one of the track officials here that Richard Petty, they have got his shoulder back in place and he will be released from the hospital this afternoon.
That's good news. It was a hard hit, as you saw here earlier. The crowd is on their feet, getting ready for the finish here this afternoon. $1.5 million at stake. Bodine and Earnhardt both seeking to win this thing for the first time.
There won't be a dry eye in the house.
5 laps to go.
That's not a view you want to see in your rear view mirror, is it, with 5 laps to go? Dale Earnhardt humming along just right behind you there.
Earnhardt pulls up on that outside.
Judge Bodine wants you to go past in the worst possible way.
Yeah, he's aggravating Bodine there now.
Oh, God, yeah. He'll be slowing down. There's Tim Richmond just passing Tim Richmond.
You know, some years ago, David Pearson was leading the race here. Richard Petty was running second, and Pearson threw his hand up as if something was wrong with his car, pulled down to the inside. Petty zipped past. Pearson picked back up the draft and won the race.
Happened right here in turn number 1. And Petty was pretty angry at the time. He said, you know, I could have run into him and taken us both out. And David said, I knew with Pearson behind me, he'd never touch me. 4 laps to go to decide it today. Bodine is in first. What do you think, Ned? It's looked like Earnhardt's game to play here for him to shoot his shot.
He's in the position, no question about it. We've seen Cale Yarborough do it so many times.
Now they're saying Earnhardt may have to come in for gas.
Well, here comes Benny Parsons. They slowed down so much that Benny, well, not that Benny isn't running that well, but, you know, they're holding him up now. The leaders are.
I wouldn't want a lap car in there.
There's Earnhardt's crew standing out ready to come in. And Earnhardt is coming in. Absolutely out of gas.
Earnhardt is coming in. The question is, can Bodine go the distance? Does Gary Nelson know enough about fuel economy to make it work? Let's go to Chris Economack.
This is going to cost Dale Earnhardt the race. He's overshot his pit. They have to pull the car back in order to meet the rules. He just needs a couple of quarts. He's gone on his way, and it looks like Mr. Bodine is going to be the beneficiary. Mike Joy, take it.
Gary Nelson talking to his driver right now as the laps wind down. We'll wait till he gets off the microphone here. Jubilation a moment ago in the Rick Hendrick Motorsports pit.
Something's wrong on that car as it came out of the pits. Something is amiss on Earnhardt's car. He has struggled so long, so hard.
He blowed her up.
It could have been the haste coming out of the pits.
Dropped the clutch and broke something, I'm sure.
198 complete. Jeff Bodine out in front.
Ken, I know that feeling. In 1963, I was leading the race here, ran out of gas, had to come in and get some, but I did wind up in 3rd place.
Quickly to Mike Joy.
Gary Nelson, 2 laps ago. Can you run the distance?
We're not stopping. If it runs out, we'll coast.
They'll roll the dice, Ken.
Well, Jeff Bodine stopped 1 lap earlier than Dale Earnhardt. If Dale Earnhardt ran out of fuel, it puts, oh God, I'm in fast Jeff Bodine.
We'll stay right here with Bodine. Now, this race is run over. If we're not able to get an immediate interview with him, we will give it to you at halftime of the NBA game of the Celtics and the Lakers today. Coming down, white flag is out. Jeff Bodine into his final lap. Just praying, and we listen now as that car goes into turn number 1 for a burp, anything from that motor that might spell disaster for Bodine. Remember, lurking 13 seconds back now, Terry Labonte. From the in-car camera, you may see Jeff Bodine win the Daytona 500. You may be riding with him. He's in the back straightaway. What a sensation, Ned.
That's his fuel gauge. His fuel gauge is the one on the right. See that little gauge that's flickering on the right-hand side of the dashboard with the F under it? I'm sure that's probably his fuel gauge, pressure gauge, which at the moment doesn't seem to see it flickering there as
It
he goes
is
around the
definitely
bank.
flickering when it goes into the turn.
And it goes into the turn. He's getting mighty close. See the needle's going down now.
You're riding down for the finish. Checkered flag is out, and you are with Jeff Bodine as he wins the 1986 Daytona 500. Bodine has done it. CBS camera on board.
Well, when I saw Earnhardt slow down, I thought I was just hoping. I thought he ran out of gas. I was hoping weren't going to run out of gas. But those last 3 laps were pretty hard, pretty long. It took a long time to get around. But when they dropped the checker, that's when I knew I'd won, not before.
Now, when you last pitted for gas, it took an extra 4 seconds for Earnhardt, but he reeled you in right away. What was going on there?
Our car was a little loose, and he was getting a good draft, but he was handling well, and I just slowed up. I knew he was going to catch me, so we were slowing up to try to conserve our tires so we didn't overheat them, so we'd have something left there at the end. And we really slowed the pace down, but Dale was smart enough not to pass me because you don't want to be leading on the last lap here at Daytona. But it never got down to that last lap, thank goodness for me.
What does this win mean to you?
I don't know yet. It's just the best day in racing my family and myself have experienced in about 18 or 19 years of racing. Actually, I've been racing 31 years. I started when I was 5. What this race means, I don't know when it'll sink in or when it'll all happen. Right now, it's the greatest thing that's ever happened to us.